All right, folks, we are back. Took a short little break. I had bubble guts. I had a sausage biscuit knocking on the back door from this morning. I'm just kidding. Don't panic. Family friendly. But look, we're back with big old Paul Browning, and we got Landon Tucker just talking about the NPFL. What are we going to talk about?
It'll be a big input.
They're not. What was first day of practice? Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah. Sunday there was some up shallow. You could see them swimming around, stuff like that. But other than that, no.
What? Two questions. I've been asking everybody what big bag will be. So what do you think big bag will be?
Somebody will bust a big bag. They're going to have 24, 25 pounds.
Okay.
But they're not going to be able to back it up. No. I'm thinking like 52, 53 pounds to win this.
Oh,
everybody
wow.
keeps saying
that's what I'm thinking.
Everybody keeps saying 60s, but I fished enough tournaments to know what the lake's doing. I feel like I ain't trying to be cocky or nothing.
Sure.
Just from what I've seen, the experience, I'm thinking 52, 53 pounds is going to be real close to winning.
I agree. It's not going to take 60. It'll be a 25-pound bag. Then you back it up with a
12, 13,
15, whatever pound bag the next 2 days. You'll be good.
Okay. Yeah. So it's going to take, say, 54 to win this? It'll take 54 to win you 50 grand?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say 54, and you're going to have a cushion.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How much is it going to take you to win 9 grand, to hit that 36 spot? How much?
About 33, 34 pounds. That's 11 pounds a day, I'm thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me ask you this. I'll ask you first. Are you fishing for 36th or are you fishing for first?
I'm going to start out fishing for 36th. Then once I get my limit, if the Lord willing, I'm going to catch a big one hopefully and bump my weight up. The goal is to catch 10 pounds a day, and then hopefully I go from there and cull once or twice every day and get my weight up to stay in check range. The goal is Angler of the Year. So
yeah, okay. That's what you want, Angler of the Year.
Sir.
All right, how about you, man? What are you thinking?
I'm just trying to get a check. if I catch 10 or 12 pounds a day, dude, I'll be happy. We'll get out of here. We'll get out of here with 30-something place points in the points and move on to.
So you think 10 to 12 pounds a day, you're going to cash? You'll be in that top 36, and you're going home with a check.
Yes.
Right on.
I mean, even in the opens in the FLW, I've fished the Toyota Series, 10 pounds a day anywhere, and that could be 200 boat field. You're close to the check line.
So,
with
Paul,
10 pounds a day.
real quick, bro. So we had a very interesting conversation back when you were looking to join. We were talking about the opens, and dude, you were so close. Like I don't want to bring up bad blood. I don't want to bring up touchy points. But what did you miss the elites by this year?
Well, if you look
don't even answer that yet, because I want the people that know home to know who's talking. This is Brad Fuller talking that you guys can't see at home. He is owner of this and one of the brainchilds behind NPFL. So just to give you guys an idea of who's talking.
Down and dirty dangerous, right? So, but this is real interesting, bro, because we had a long conversation about this, and you had a very unique philosophy on 10 pounds a day.
Yep.
Nearly put you in the elites.
Yes, sir, it did. 10 pounds a day. And I can go back and look at 8 fish I lost all year, and just one of them would have put me in the elites, hands down. At Neely Henry, I had to catch 12 pounds. I had 12 pounds worth of fish on a swim jig, and they all came off. Louisville, I had 2 2-pound fish wrapped up on a log, and they both come off. I couldn't get to them. They were super dirt shallow. I only needed a pound, and I'd have been 4 points higher. One tournament was ounces, and I'd have made the Elite Series. Jason Christie had to whack him on Lay Lake the last tournament, and he bombed the second day, which is unheard of for him. There's just so many what-ifs. There was a ton of what-ifs, and it was meant to be for me to be here.
Man, I was going to say, and we've talked about this, I'm very, very excited about you being here, obviously, but 10 pounds a day will carry you a very long ways at the highest levels.
Yes. You'll go to the championship in this league with 10 pounds a day, hands down. You'll be in the top 25.
Yeah, so you think about that, right? 10 pounds a day.
That's strong.
It's very strong.
Are you believing the same philosophy?
I do. I think the same thing. Just being around the professional fishing game as long as I've been able to with my dad fishing the elites and the pro circuit now. you get 10 pounds a day, you're doing good.
Cool. So
You'll make the championship.
And let's talk on, like, with your dad being J-Todd talking and been a pro, been at the highest levels, and has definitely made a name for himself.
Yeah.
What was that decision like when, coming here, man, for you and the family, and like you getting into this? Was it a big deal? Were they supporting you? Like, tell us about that whole decision, man.
Yeah, dude. Everybody's been real supportive of it. They've been all happy, dude. I've talked to my dad every day the past few months, so that's been good.
How about the past few days? How practice has been going? Have you talked to him? Like,
yeah. He's at Smith Lake right now, so we've been just talking back and forth whenever we can when we get off the water, and he's had a decent practice up there. They only get 2 days as opposed to us getting 3, so it's been good for both of us. Him bouncing ideas off of me for here, stuff he's done in the past when the water is doing what it's doing now, dropping like it is, and the fish setting up on certain places like they are now. It's helped. It's helped a lot. Him and my grandpa both. My grandpa's won a lot of tournaments here, just on a Carolina
Elaborate on a lot of tournaments. Like, give us some background on Grandpa and Eufaula.
Let's see. I don't remember what he called us. He's won a few tournaments here, but mostly on a Carolina rig.
Yeah.
He's the guy that when he shows up to the ramp, everybody just hands the money to him and goes home and goes back to bed.
Dude, he's probably one of the best Carolina rig fishermen there's been. It skipped my dad. My dad, he used to not like it. I think he likes it more now, but we've got on that Carolina rig bite here and at Seminole before, dude, and it's fun.
Dude, do you think, how like things run a cycle? Like at one time, Carolina rig was a thing. People talked about it. Do you think we'll see something like that come back around to where, like?
Yeah, it's just like the spinner. People say the spinnerbait went away for a few years, whatever. When the chatterbait came along, I don't think so. The spinnerbait's always been there.
Right on.
It's always going to be there. But yeah, baits go through cycles. Baits definitely go through cycles.
Well, give us some insight. What makes a good Carolina rig fisherman? Like, what are some, like, the folks at home, some tips that they might not think of to be a better Carolina rig fisherman?
Well, now with the live scope and everything, I think people are kind of getting away from the rig. They're getting to where they can see them, they can jerk on them, something like that. But there's still places for a rig around on them shallow hard spots where you can't really see them good with the Panoptic.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
So you just touched on something, forward facing sonar. Paul right here has got about 47 units on different brands of units on his boat. Can we talk about the units on your boat real quick?
I got the Garmin with the live scope on the front, and I called Brad. I was headed to Lake of the Ozarks. The Ice Bowl is what we called it for the last weekend for the Toyota Series, and needed some 1-ounce spinner baits. And I could get the fish fired up on brush piles with the jerk bait, and then I'd throw an Omega 1-ounce spinner bait through the brush piles to refire the fish up. And then they wouldn't eat it, but they'd come back and eat the jerk bait after that. I mean, it was pretty cool, man. It was fun.
Do you think forward-facing sonar will play a big part of this tournament?
Some guys, yes. Most of the field, no. I seen too many people on the bank.
How about you?
I saw there's a lot of people on the bank, but yeah, you can't. I don't think you can really fish a tournament now without it. I mean, besides what Gussie at Tellico a couple weeks ago, he doesn't have it. But,
right.
It's from what I've learned this week, just learning stuff here with it this week, dude. It's been pretty cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, look, guys, I know it's going to feel like we're cutting it short because we had technical difficulties. We got 2 other guys coming up, so we're going to have to cut it short. But real quick, what'd you say you did for a living?
I'm a welder.
Yeah, you're a welder, and you look a lot like can't think of his name. What's his name?
I don't look like no country singer.
He said, call him Batman. Don't call him Luke Bryan. Folks, appreciate you guys, man. Landon Tucker, Paul Browning, 2 guys to keep your eyes on. Coming up next, Luis Fernandez and Mr. Willard. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, while we swap out the anglers here, we'd like to take a minute and thank our sponsors. River City Grill.
The city of Eufaula.
Cold beverages, awesome food.
Appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, whatever, we can do that.
I just had some fried green tomatoes that were delicious.
You got you.
The city of Eufaula. Chamber.
Hey, come on, Big Daddy, come on.
Lake Point Resort.
Good luck.
We'd also like to remind everybody that you can watch the live stream live at 8 a.m. on Thursday. We're going to turn this thing loose.
Where are they watching it live at? Come on, Big Daddy, my bad.
www.tnpfl.com. We've got 10
Sorry,
live stream cameras on 10 different anglers. We'll have Mr. Luke Duncan in studio along with Mr. David Dudley, and then the man himself here, Mr. Fat Cat Newman, is going to be cruising around in a pontoon john boat, flat boat, tunnel hull, shaking and baking. So suit up there, guys, on the headsets.
Remember, folks, everybody at home watching right now, any questions, man, shoot them to us. Get them questions in for these guys. I know I got a character right here on my left.
Oh,
I
boy.
met him yesterday. That dude's, he's wound up tight, son. All right, folks, here we are, man. Joel Willard, Luis Fernandez. Joel, man, I don't think me and you've even met yet, have we?
I don't know.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Yeah,
Fat
good
Cat
to meet
Newton. Right on, dude. This is going to be happening a lot for us, man. A lot of us going to be seeing new faces, and we're going to do our best job to introduce them to you and give these guys a platform to get the best exposure possible. So, Joel, man, let's open this bad boy up, man. Tell the folks home a little bit about yourself, your background of where you fished, and just how you got to where we are right now.
Yeah, so I've been fishing on the national level for a couple of years. Fished the FLW Tour a couple of years ago. Last year, fished all the Bassmaster Opens, all 8 of them. And
Oh, wow.
this year, I'm going to have another busy schedule. I'm fishing all 9 Bassmaster Opens, fishing the Npfl, and be on the road for most of the year. So
Let's talk about that decision. So, what in the world got into you, bro? So you're fishing that. Let's talk about it. What wouldn't the decision like? I mean, that's the logistics of it, the moving around, the money, the time away from home. Like, there's so many things involved with that kind of a decision. Like, man.
yeah, I'm going all in. You know, I got a good support group, great sponsors. Got Citywide as my title sponsor this year. Really stepped up, man. It's wouldn't be possible without them. A good buddy of mine, he's actually fishing the Npfl too. Greg Mansfield, him and his wife Kelly, very supportive. They got a place over in Kansas, a ranch there that they let me crash there when we're not out, you know, on the lake. And I got a camper, so I've been, you know, staying in my camper.
Right on.
And, man, I'm going to be on the road until, I guess, the end of this year.
Yeah, dude. You're
NPFL.
talking about nonstop.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild,
Sounds
wild
fun.
ride. But
Sounds
man, I'm
fun.
looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Dude, talk about
Living the
fun.
dream.
Yeah, you're the
Living the
fun
dream.
dude. Hey, man, let's talk about some fun, Luis. Tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself, brother.
Well, I'm 41 years old. I've been fishing California, you know, Nevada, Arizona, the whole western side, you know, my
What
whole
part
life.
of California you from?
San Luis Obispo. Tackle Warehouse.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I've been out there and finally had the opportunity to come back east and, you know, fish the tour. I actually qualified for the FLW tour last year, and I just couldn't swing it. You know, sponsors didn't come through, so I was so bummed to finally make it, and then never got my chance. And then this year, you know, the national came out, and then sponsors all came together, and it was just like a dream come true. It was like sort of like meant to be.
Right on,
you know,
dude.
So I was bummed last year, but this year, you know, everything, you know, God has a plan, and everything's worked out.
Well, how did you hook up with the league, man? Tell us a story about how it all came up to where you signing up and everything.
So I was coming back from the FLW championship at Lake Cumberland, and I get a phone call from a buddy. And he's like, dude, you hear about the National? And I'm like, National? And he goes, yeah, it's this new professional fishing league. They're taking over, you know, good owners, good sponsors, you know, good payout. And I'm like, well, how do I join? You know, let's do this. And got a hold of one of the owners and sent my application in. And next thing you know, I was fishing the National.
Right
Was
on,
stoked,
dude.
Super stoked.
Right on. But how'd you come up to it, Joel? How'd you find out about National Professional League, and what was the deciding factor for you to join?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of through social media, and, you know, we saw it and we looked into it. I think my travel partner, Greg, and I actually called Brad and talked to him. You know, we knew the ownership had a good head on the shoulders and everything was going to be run good. So we just made the decision. I mean, we're going to be on the road. I just want opportunity. I just want to fish derbies. You
Right.
know, I just want to fish at the national level, you know, fish for big payouts and just give myself an opportunity to keep doing this, you know. for
What
a
was the
living.
most appealing thing to you about the NPFL, though? Like, what made you want to be a part of it, though? You know what I mean?
You
Was
know,
it the
it's-
money? Was it the schedule? Like, what was it?
You know, a little bit of everything. I mean, the ownership group, you know, they obviously, you know, they had their head on the shoulders.
means a
They
lot,
knew
doesn't it?
exactly-
Yeah,
no, it really does. I mean, you know, and they all support us, and you know, it's just kind of everything kind of came together, and schedule obviously. You guys
Good
being out
schedule, by the
here-
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good
we're going to talk about that in a second.
schedule.
We can talk about it now. It's such a good schedule. What's your favorite? What are you looking forward to the most on the schedule? Is there any body of water that you are really familiar with, or like what's your background on each event we're going to? Are you familiar with them? Are you going to find out as we go, or what?
Honestly, I'm not really familiar with any of them. You know, I'm from Wisconsin originally. It's kind of funny, and I've never
But
actually
he
fished.
fishes all the tour events, the Bass Open, so he knows his stuff.
I mean,
Be playing modest.
no, I really don't. I really don't. I'm not familiar with any of them. I mean, I've been to Grand Lake a few times,
Okay.
but not that time of year. So, never been here. Never been to Winnebago. Never been to Wright Patman. Never been to Pickwick. I mean, it's all new to me, and I'm really looking forward.
And which
to
one are you looking forward to the most?
Not this one, because my practice. I'm going to say Wright Patman. It's got all 3 species, and
Just
better
better bring a couple of lower units because
Bro.
I just ran that lake last week, and
Oh, did you?
It's sketch.
Let's talk about that then. What was Wright Pat? We needed some info on Wright Pat.
Dude,
Don't give
right-
us your juice, but come on, Bobby.
Dude, right, Patman's. Okay, I'll throw this out there. I hooked 4 fish at Patman, and they're nothing under 5 and nothing over 9. So that'll give you a hint of what's going on at Patman. I mean,
got 'em
there's
like that. Yeah, I'm
there's
looking
some
forward to that
pigs at
then.
Patman.
Bro.
So I'm looking forward to that one. The water was like 110. It was going over the road, so it was. I talked to one of the locals, and he goes, "Did you run around that lake?" I said, "Heck yeah, I ran 70 miles an hour all around that lake." He goes, "You won't be doing that in a couple months."
Dude, when I was trying to do my research on it, man, it just seemed like it's.
Average depth is 5 foot. I'm talking middle of the lake. I mean,
How's that set up for you? Are you a shallow water guy? Can you versatile or what? What's your deal?
Yeah, I like to say I'm versatile. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind going up shallow, but I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know, we got the glacial lakes. I like to be offshore, fish smallmouth and big boulders.
Right, how about you? Are you a shallow water
I'm
guy?
shallow water. I'm from California, Delta, Clear Lake.
Right on.
I like big rods, big line, frogs flipping, shallow cranking. You put me on a deep, clear impoundment, and I'm like, oh, man, the fairy wands come out, and I don't like that. So
Yeah.
I'm shallow. Even here, I never been Eufaula, but I spent my whole practice shallow. Patman, I'll spend shallow. Pretty much the whole schedule. That's what I like about this schedule, because even Winnebago is really not a smallmouth lake. I mean, still like a northern largemouth lake, so it's an all largemouth schedule. I love it. You can win every tournament shallow, it seems like, on the schedule. So I'm pumped on the schedule, and yeah, shallow fishing.
Right on, dude.
So we had a quick question, guys, from the viewership. Alan Powell asked, so based on what you guys have seen in your 3 days of practice, talk about the spawn and where each of you think things are,
Okay.
and where's it going in our 3 tournament days? Just your thoughts on what you think about what's going on. We heard Landon talk about it, but Alan Powell wants to know, what do you guys think?
So coming into this tournament, I already put in my head, like, okay, the fish are going to be leaving the brush piles, this and that. What everybody's seen on MLF, catching Dustin Connell, catching them out of brush piles with his jerkbait on the live scope. Everybody's seen that. But if you really look at their MLF, they really didn't whack them. They didn't crush them out deep. So the fish are already moving. So coming to this tournament, I said, okay, they're going to be leaving. And made one cast, caught a 6, and made another cast, caught a 9 in back-to-back casts. So it's like the fish are coming, and if you look at the water temps,
Hold up, bro. Hold up.
Oh,
You caught 14 pounds and 2 fish today.
14 pounds in 2 casts.
I just didn't want to breeze over. It seemed like we were racing by that. I want to pause.
We were communicating. Like, that's.
So not saying I'm going to crush them in the tournament, not saying, all this, but now we've been having 35-degree nights all week. And now tonight's supposed to be 49. The next night's supposed to be 50. So we're not getting those cold nights no more, and the water temp's just going to spike up. Today I left one spot, and it was already 65-degree water temp. So, I mean, the fish are coming. I mean, they're coming shallow, and not saying I'm going to crush them, not saying he's going to crush them, not saying anybody's going to crush them. It's just how this is going to go down is someone, even that has a crappy practice, someone's going to pull up on a bank and just land on them and catch 5, 6, 7, and that's how it's going to go down. And right now, it's anybody's ball game. Anybody could crush a 25-pound, 35-pound bag easy.
Joe, follow that up.
Whew. Now he's got me nervous. Hanging on him like that.
Bro, I think this room shook a little bit. We're like,
Bro.
Yeah. No, I had a good first day of practice. You know, I went out where I thought the fish were going to be right now and went offshore and found a good little group of fish. And then the last couple of days, I kind of went up shallow and looking around and haven't had a very good, as far as fish catching, haven't had a real good last couple of days, but which is fine. You know, I just want to see where those fish are going. I want to try to stay ahead of them. Haven't really fished that much, so, you know, we'll see what happens in the tournament. But, you know, fish are on the move. Like Luis said, it's, you know, nights are staying warm.
Right.
Water's in the warm
So
up
we're
going to
have that warming trend. All that's good.
it's-
Now let's say, man, we get that warming trend. We get that warming
It's
trend.
love making weather.
Then what about what if they start pulling that water though? Well, what's going to be a
I
bigger
don't-
factor, the water temp or the water level?
The water temp.
Same for you.
Even if they pull the water, those fish still want to come up. They still, even if you drop that water, they're still going to want to come up. They're still going to be shallow somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if they're depending on how much they're dropping, I mean, those
Right.
fish are going to only come up so far, and they're going
Right.
to stop. You
Right.
know, they're going to stage. They're going to, you know, I don't think they're going to do their thing. It's going to hold them back a little bit. I think water level is going to, you know, is more of an important
Yeah.
factor than water temperature right
So,
now.
is your first time here?
But,
Go ahead.
Yeah, my first time here. But like we were talking before too, you know, you fish down by the dam, that's a whole different fishery than fishing up here. They're behind on the dam, you know what I mean? Those fish are a little behind down there, like me and
And
Joe
then
were
what? I haven't
talking.
been all the way down. What's the water clarity like? Is it a? Because we got chocolate milk and stuff. I mean, it's serious. It's a good part of the Eufaula right now.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't found a ton of really clear water.
No.
Actually, today I ran all the way from the dam. I started where we're taking off from, went all the way to the dam, and then ran way up that river. So, you know, I've been everywhere, and
With you being a northern guy, do you favor that clearer water? Is that what you're looking for?
yeah, I mean, yeah. When I'm getting around the spawn, when I'm trying to look for fish, I'm obviously trying to find some.
And
some
you
clear
probably
water.
looking for water dark as my vest.
I
right?
want the dark water.
Yeah.
I don't like the clear water. I don't want to look at them, tell you the truth. I don't want to look at them. I just want to go fish for them.
So, say if you roll back into a cove and you see a 6 on a bid, are you going to sit there and play with it for an hour?
I'll play with it for a little bit, yeah, and see what kind of mood it's in. And if the gills start, if I hit it, you know, hit her with the bait and the gills start flaring up, I know she's ready. But if I know she's not ready, I'm not going to spend too much time on her.
Are either one of you going to have sight fishing on your mind during the tournament? Or you're
at
not
all.
worried about looking at them. I know you said that. How
Not at
about
all.
you, Joe? What?
I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of roll with it on, you know, come game day, and I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of spend the first day practicing, to be honest. I'm going to try to go get a limit, obviously, pretty quick, and then just go practice. You know, what's cool about this is we're guaranteed all 3 days.
Elaborate on that some, brother.
Yeah, so typically, you know, most national tournaments, you're guaranteed 2 days. You got to qualify for the third day, whether it be top 50, top 30, or whatever, and then you know, keep going from there. But with the National Professional Fishing League, we get to fish all 3 days, which is different. I mean, you know, I've never been
is.
guaranteed all 3 days, which is kind of making me practice a little bit different. You know, every day I'm out there, we get 3 days of practice. Every day I'm out there, I'm thinking, man, I need to find today in practice. I need to find at least one full day of fishing in the tournament. So, and I haven't done that, but what's cool is, you know, if you don't catch them the first day or first 2 days, you still got a chance at third.
some guys are commenting in the chat, but I'll summarize. So,
Sure.
will this tournament be won from behind? Will the guy that leads it on day 2
Good question.
be the guy who wins the tournament? What's the likelihood of that?
I don't think anybody could win it. Like, I could come in with 25 the first day of the tournament and very easily come in with 10 second day of the tournament. You're going to see a lot of flip-flop. You're going to see a lot of bags with 2 6-pounders and then all 2-pounders. It's anybody's ball game. Anybody could come from 20th place to win it and to win it, to lead this tournament wire to wire and win it, I don't see that happening. I really
So,
don't.
you know, all of our production guys are watching this right now because that's a nightmare for us, right? I mean, as far as the production goes, like where we put cameras, how we do, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's going to make it very challenging, but something tells me we're going to spank it in the butt and move on. So,
Put the cameras on the top 10 boats every day.
How about you? You want to follow with that, Joel?
Yeah, I mean, to answer your question, yes. I'm going to say yes. You know, with what the fish are doing, what I've seen, they're moving around a bunch. I think that, you know, somebody's going to go out there on day 2 and maybe catch 12 or 13 pounds or whatever they catch, and they're going to go back to that area the next day, and those fish are going to move up and they're going to be big, and they're going to go in there and they're going to smash them. You know, just with how much movement's going on, with, you know, the water temperature, what it's doing, all that kind of stuff. Somebody might only catch a small bag one day, and they're going to smash them the next. So it's going to be interesting. You know, it's.
Question I like asking all the guys, man, because to me it's cool having that 36 spot all the way down there paying $9,000. You know what I mean? You almost double your entry fee. So for a lot of these guys, what is it for you guys? You guys, of course, we all want to win, right? But when we go out there, are we fishing for first? Are we fishing for a check? What are we doing, Lewis?
I'm fishing to win. I never fish chicken. I never fish chicken. Even if I'm going in the last day leading it, or I'm going in the last
what's
place
fishing chicken? Elaborate on that. What do you mean fishing chicken?
Well, fishing chicken like fishing for a paycheck or fishing for a limit. You know, I never just fish for a limit. I fish. I take one fish at a time, and I try and get the biggest fish, and that's how I get my mega bags, 25 and 30 pound bags out in California. We don't fish chicken, we fish to win.
Right on. How about you, Joe? What's your take on that, bro?
I'm going for 5 fish a day out here right now, and you know, let the cards fall where they fall. But no, I mean, obviously it's always nice to get a paycheck, but you know, I always want to fish for 5 fish. If you can get a limit every day of competition, you know, once you get that limit, then you kind of take it from there.
Was that payout? Because to me, I'm hung up on the 3 days, full fill, all 3 days, and that payout being that fat, that far down. Was that a factor for you guys, like, as far as coming into this, like that money being that good, that low? Was that a contributing factor to coming with NPFL at all? Being able to still cash $9,000 in 36th place?
That's nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely not
That's
complaining.
strong.
No,
That's strong.
It's definitely a factor. I
Heck
mean,
yeah.
You have to look at it, you know, from a financial standpoint and everything else. I mean, it's definitely a good deal.
AOI or championship? Which one would you rather win?
AOI.
How about
Championship.
you? Championship.
Championship.
Now, how about you, Joel?
Lake Mille Lacs.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to Mille Lacs.
Hey, just remember, guys, Clear Lake, California, #1 bass lake in the world right now. #1 bass
What's
lake in
your
the world.
PB out of Clear Lake?
Okay, so I was pre-fishing for a tournament 2 years ago or last year for an FLW, and I caught this one on a 12-inch swim bait in practice.
What swim bait was it?
It was a Huddleston. And this thing was, I didn't have my scale, but I've caught in 12s before. I caught many 11s and 10s, and this thing was, if I had to guess,
34, 35 pounds?
between 14 and 15 pounds.
Have mercy.
I got a picture of her.
Dang.
Her eyeballs look like doorknobs.
Golly. Set goals, especially as professional anglers. You guys are striving for stuff. Have you set any goals for yourself this year for NPFL?
Yeah, not. Well, I thought about it a lot, and it's a dream of mine just to fish on tour. I always wanted to go on tour and do this for a living. So this just being out here on tour is a dream come true. If I win one, cool. You know, I'd like to make a little money this season, but every tournament on the schedule I've never been to. So my goal is to take this year, learn these lakes a little bit, learn how everything goes down, and then if I win one or, you know, cash some checks, that's just a bonus.
Right on. Yeah. Joe, what are your goals this year? Dude, nice. I can't wait for you guys to see the trophy. I can't wait for you. Dude, this trophy, I'm wall-to-wall treetop tall, and that trophy makes me look small.
Ooh.
I might be embellishing the tag.
You think my seatbelt will fit over it when I take it home?
I hope you get to find out, brother. That's what I'm screaming. I hope you get to find out.
I'm going to take it back to where I had to choose between the NPFL and fishing the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit. And one of my reasons was choosing the NPFL is a new organization. You know, NPFL don't have their stars yet. They don't have nothing yet. So that's one thing why I chose NPFL is because new organizations, no favoritism, good owners, good organization. And then I did my homework on the owners and everything, and they're down home, good people like me and you.
Right on, bro.
They're not no corporate, make a buck type people.
Right.
They're guys like me and you, and I'm excited to grow with them because I'm going to be around a long time with the NPFL. Just know that.
Right on, brother. How about you, Joel?
Man, he hit it on the head. I feel the same way. I mean, it's going to be cool to be part of the inaugural season. You know, there's a first for everything out there, you know, starting Thursday.
Right on. And Lewis touched on something good, man. Like, we are a new organization. We are a new league, and we are looking for faces to represent us. You know, honestly, we are. We want to grow our brand, but we also want to grow our anglers' brands as well. We want to be a partnership, and we want us all to go straight to the top. Yep. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel over here at NPFL. We're not trying to do anything like that. We're not even trying to throw shade. Listen, if you come to us and you use us as a stepping stone to go somewhere else, we're going to support you when you leave us, as long as you leave us under the right terms. Whatever it takes to get you to where you want to be. Right. You know what I mean? So everybody at home, for next year to years on, like, remember that. And I can say that because, like you were saying, with the owners, with Al, with Brad, with Michelle, with Paul, solid people that have all made sacrifices and have put their lives on. People will never know what these people have done to make this happen, man. It's wild. And you talked on sponsors, bro. It's not yet. They're coming, though, for NPFL. So what I'm getting at is we don't have Big Daddy butt link dollar bills in a house feeding us money. You know what I mean?
But we'll build it.
Yeah.
We'll build it, and they will come.
That's it. That's it. We will build it for sure. Now, listen, before we end this thing, I want you guys to give a shout-out to whoever you want to get a shout-out, whether it's your sponsors, your mom, dad, I don't care. But tell the folks at home something good right now, Joel.
Man, I just want to thank all my sponsors. Obviously, you can see them all here on the jersey. Thank everybody for the support, for watching.
Oh, wow, never mind. I thought we were about route.
You're good.
Okay.
Camera person, we're actually doing a YouTube series this year. It's called the Sickness Outdoors. We're doing one here for the NPFL, and we have a full-time camera girl that's going to be at every event.
Well, tell everybody home where we can follow you and keep up with everything, brother.
Yeah, so YouTube, it's the Sickness Outdoors. We're going to be dropping a video every tournament, kind of showcasing our practice, showcasing the event, all the good, the bad, the ugly. We camp, so we'll have some little campground stuff going on in there. What we're doing at the campground, that kind of stuff. Just a little bit of everything throughout our whole travels, and the YouTube Sickness Outdoors.
Right on. Looking forward to it.
That's a really good channel, man. Like, I started following you guys, and I was subscribed, so I'm like, oh. It's really, you guys do a really good job editing the whole deal, so I really enjoy that. It's an awesome channel.
Sickness Outdoors. Y'all go check it out on YouTube, man. Tighten up, Bobby. Lewis, who are we saying thanks to? And because you were just talking, bro.
Brad Crane and Rigging, P-Line, Buck and Bass. So, Kern County Wrap. So, when you look at my rig, you see Luis Fernandez Fishing. But that sticker, that Luis Fernandez Fishing, there's so many people that go into that Luis Fernandez Fishing. It's not just, I'm just the one that gets to catch the fish and have the fun. But from my family to friends to relatives, that whole Luis Fernandez Fishing consists of like 20, 30 people who support me, who have my back, who grind with me, not grind for me, but grind with me through all this. So hats off to everybody back home, family, friends, all the sponsors you see here.
How about my biggest fan?
My son, Troy.
Dude,
Troy Michael, right here.
What's up, Troy? Boom goes the dynamite, baby.
Troy, I hate to tell you this, but this is your real dad right here.
Hey, real quick, guys. We do have a. So we're gonna throw one more question at you. Great sponsor shout outs. The day one leader will have X.
Good question.
How much weight will the day one, based on the conditions and what you're seeing, what will be leading after day one? Not saying it's going to carry over, but day one leader will be X.
24 and a half.
I'm going to say, I'm going to say it's going to barely be 20. I'm going to go 20-20.
No.
Day one, yep. Your 24 is going to be Saturday. The big bag's coming Saturday. I don't care what nobody says. Big bag Saturday.
Second question.
Dude, do you know who I am? I am the best warrior.
I'm getting to know you real well.
Second question. Give me a percentage of likelihood we will see a 30-plus pound bag. What are the chances?
It could happen. It could.
Well, this is the guy that caught a 6 and a 9 in back-to-back casts.
Yeah,
So
it could happen. It could. You just have to land
Well,
on
let me
it,
ask,
but
if it could happen, how would it happen sight fishing, or would it happen like you did, just make a blind cast? Just
It's not going to be sight fishing.
Okay.
It's not going to be sight fishing. You're gonna find them staged up, grouped up, just on the verge of moving up, where you could just throw and catch them back-to-back casts.
So 1 to 10, likelihood.
It's likely. I mean, to hit 30 pounds, close. Maybe. Not likely, but maybe.
Just say no, man, and move on.
I'm going to go 5. I'm going to go 5 out of 10.
Just 50-50, right? Like, okay.
Yeah,
Right
50-50.
and wrong.
It could happen.
I've talked to dudes out there at the ramp when they come off the water. I've talked to several that have said 32 pounds. You're going to see 30. You're going to see bags over 30. You're going to see a 32-pound bag.
Yeah.
And I've heard that 32 from several dudes. So,
Yeah.
hey, man, I hope they're right, brother. What you got, boss man? Hey, all right, folks, that is a wrap. I'm sure you guys are done hearing me run my lips, but you wish you could hear them some more. Tune in for the live coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday at NationalProfessionalFishingLeague.com, TNPFL.com. 21 hours of live coverage. Lake Eufaula, Alabama. We're going to make this happen. Wall to wall, treetop tall.
Sending it out, guys. We want to thank our sponsors. River City Grill, thank you for
Shout out
inviting us
to
down.
Coco.
Coco taking care of everybody from the National Pro Fishing League. We sincerely appreciate you, ma'am. And the Eufaula Chamber of Commerce, the Tourism Board, Lake Point TH Marine, the official fish care sponsor of the National Professional Fishing League. We want to thank you, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. 8 a.m. Thursday. Don't miss it.
What's up, buddy?